fallen into a state of mind known as Stimulis dimension. I'm a resident of the realm and your host, Dennell Young. This entity delves into the source of environmental ills we are faced within the Black community and the world abroad, while bearing the vendetta of restoring the integrity of hip-hop culture and quality of radio listening as a whole. Come, watch, and listen as we are both enlightened with a true learning experience.
This piece is entitled Body and the Brain, a tale of gun violence. Atmosphere fully charged, emotional reasoning scarred, deaf mute, sickness acute. I'm the audio, voice, and eyes for the unheard, voiceless, and unseen when I shoot. Genocide, patricide, filicide, matricide, rat-tat-tat-tat-tat, endless. Monarchy leaves you friendless. Anatomy, muzzle, run towards the end of time. Death is coming. Hustle. Statistical data. Black males teenage to mid-40s more so prone to impact blood-stained splatter than a college degree. Barrel. Detachable box magazine. Powder burn holes in apparel, and it seems drug-related. Lies. Suburbanite supplied. Urban distributed. Nevertheless, media devours, selling every hypocritical drop of ink. Youth wasted, locked in the clink, blissful matrix. Animation suspend. Bullets are minions. Hammer strikes firing pin. The trigger's happy. Ice cold. They say the dead move in threes. Me, I, and we. Ice cold. They say the dead move in threes. Me, I, and we. Home protection becomes home invasion. Catastrophic is a child's curiosity with gun in hand, son of man, whisked another into hereafter, guiding the misguided where instruction was not provided. That was the first. Inscription on the eyes is turmoil apparent on the inside, oblivious to the outside. Amount, sum, quotient, product, suicide. Intervention belated. 44 caliber slug made subtlety obvious, stamina none. Day of birth, day of expiration. All must master the listening ear. That was the second. NRA, gun control statutes bow down before a black market. Highest ecstasy of ghetto marksmen. Vigilantes, street poison point of view going through metropolis. Universal dialect, currency, respect. Any walk of life, it talks. Politics niche, never actualized. We are trained to die. Get you before you get me, psychology. In any equation exists a problem and a solution. Mens rea, actus rea, translating to criminal mind, criminal act. Two factors evenly divide. Perform the operation, reconditioning to cancel out both. This was the third. Ice cold. They say the dead move in threes. You, your, yours, yourself, yourselves, no more. Ice cold. They say the dead move in threes. You, your, yours, yourself, yourselves, no more. Gentrification. Any classification of crime happens to the extent law enforcement ignores it. Lucrative. My group excluded pugilists the struggle. Why wasn't the same protection and liberties administered to us? Cliffhanger. Ice. Cold. They say the dead move in threes. He, she, it, they. Body and the brain. You're back now at Body and the Brain and Analysis. Verse 1. Atmosphere fully charged. Emotional reasoning, scarred. Deaf mute, sickness acute. I'm the audio, voice, and eyes for the unheard, voiceless, and unseen when I shoot. Genocide, patricide, filicide, matricide. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat, endless. Monarchy leaves you friendless. Translation. Throughout the decades, scores of human beings have been systematically reprogrammed to have no compassion or regard for thy fellow neighbor, operating on a delete basis at the slightest hint of disagreement or distaste. Weapons flood our immediate surroundings and are pathetically easy to access. In maturation, we must learn to solve problems through reasoning, not malice. Verse 2, anatomy, muzzle. Run towards the end of time. Death is coming. Hustle. Statistical data. Black males teenage to mid-40s more so prone to impact blood-stained splatter than a college degree. Barrel. Detachable box magazine. Powder burn holes in apparel and it seems drug-related. Lies. Suburbanite supplied, urban distributed. Nevertheless, media devours, selling every hypocritical drop of ink. Youth wasted, locked in the clink, blissful matrix. Translation. Persons of color residing in the inner city are unfairly synonymous and blamed for widespread of illegal handguns and misery that begets them. More often than not, upper-class suburban gun salesmen commute back and forth to the city to supply our communities with firearms that otherwise would not be available because several of the consumers do not meet qualifications and criteria to legally make such purchases. Everyone of every socioeconomic background, race, color, and creed is to blame for the raging wildfire this issue has become. Verse 3. Animation, suspend. Bullets are minions. Hammer strikes firing pin. Triggers happy. Home protection becomes invasion. Catastrophic is a child's curiosity with gun in hand, son of man whisked into hereafter, guiding the misguided where instruction was not provided. That was the first. Inscripted on the eyes is turmoil, apparent on the inside, obvious, oblivious to the outside. Amount, sum, quotient, product, suicide. Intervention, belated. 44 caliber slug made subtlety obvious, stamina none. Day of birth, day of expiration. All must master the listening ear. That was the second. Translation. Two poignant instances of guns ending up in the wrong hands, being utilized for the wrong purposes. What is intended for self-defense is being used as recreation or euthanasia. Both acts carry undesirable results. We must use heavier discretion and give more attention to detail where loved ones are concerned. There more than likely is some sort of indicator. Verse 4. NRA gun control statutes bow down before a black market. Highest ecstasy of ghetto marksmen. Vigilantes, street poison point of view going through metropolis. Universal dialect, currency respect, any walk of life, verbal, it talks. Politics niche, never actualized. By 3, multiply, trained to die. Get you before you get me, psychology. In any equation, exists a problem and a solution. Mens rea, actus rea, translating to criminal mind, criminal act. 2 factors evenly divide. Perform the operation reconditioning to cancel out both. This was the third. Translation. Gun laws enacted for supposed curtailing of senseless loss of life failed in the past and more than likely will do so currently. Mindset is the heart of the matter. Unless this changes, we shall make way to history repeating itself. Who will be on the wrong side of history is the question. Verse 5, gentrification. Any classification of crime happens to the extent law enforcement ignores it. Lucrative, my group excluded, pugilist struggle. Why wasn't my group given the same protection and liberties administered to others? Cliffhanger. This is self-explanatory. Everyone needs equal amount of service and protection from law enforcement. There should not be any disparity based on who you are or where you are from. But is that the world we live in? I'm Dennell Young, resident of Stimulis Dimension.
You've fallen into a state of mind known as stimulus dimension. I'm a resident of the realm and your host, Dennell Young. This entity delves into the source of environmental ills we are faced within the Black community and the world abroad, while bearing the vendetta of restoring the integrity of hip-hop culture and quality of radio listening as a whole. Come, watch, and listen as we are both enlightened with a true learning experience.